I am not the undefeated podcast. They're something of their own. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Travis is a professional comedian, so that's why. Do you know what I mean?
There's levels. I know for a fact I'm not on them levels. So. Anyway, October Red Boxing finally got to pin down Dan Azeez, a man that is in popular demand. Dan, welcome. Talk to us about getting this opportunity to fight for this vacant title. You're someone that's been in the background, that's a very good boxer, that seems to have been left below the surface. So talk to me about that rise up and how you've done that in the last couple of months, because you was just out in September.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me. And I ain't been hard to please. You, that's, you know. Our schedule's tangled or
Listen, every time I've tried to speak to you, you've been getting scarfed by different channels. I won't mention them, but then it's like, where is he? He's gone.
But it's a pleasure to be on. And yeah, man, I've just been doing my thing under the radar. I've had to, I would say, do it the hard way, but listen, I don't shy away from a bit of hard work. It is what it is, man. Life in general ain't easy, so do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm just happy to, like you said, I've been just under the surface, and it's nice to actually, you know, I'm rising above, and it's for the British title. So I was just at, when was that?
September.
Yeah, September, but it was just like a tick over because I've been in the ring, and it was just like to just get me out. Like I've been in training, and it was just like to just get me out. And yeah, man. So
get that ring rust off.
Yeah, exactly. Not even as much ring rust, but I don't think it's good to just constantly just be in the gym. You've got to go out there and execute. Do you know what I mean? So it's like training to be a bloody assassin, and then you ain't got no one to kill. So yeah,
because you've just been doing computer simulations.
Exactly. So I needed a real life thing. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man. Had a little blowout in Bedford, and yeah, fighting now in just under 4 weeks. So, yeah.
So how's prep been going for that?
Yeah, prep's been alright, man. I'm someone that I live in a gym, so it's not like I have to, you know, get into a camp where everyone says I'm always in the gym. If I need to turn it down, I'll turn it down. If I need to raise it up, I will do. So yeah, everything's been going well. We're getting good sparring. Yeah, I just can't wait, to be honest. This is the annoying part, just waiting. Do you know what I mean? So, but time's going quick, so yeah, before you know, it'll be November 20th, and I'll be able to showcase my skills, and God willing, be raised British light heavyweight champion.
Yeah, I spoke to your trainer a bit. I tried to get him to come on camera. He weren't having it.
He's not.
I don't know. I'm not coming on.
No, he didn't say that, but he's like that. He doesn't like to. Like, he likes to be the guy behind the scenes. Yeah.
No, I hear that, but I am going to I told him I'm going to come for him on the 20th, because I'm all about the mindset.
Of course.
And I know that obviously the coaches are there, they're like your third eye. How long have you been training with him?
I've been training with him for about maybe 7-8 years. So I started in the amateurs with him. So yeah.
So he knows you back to front.
100%. No, definitely, and he's definitely molded me into the boxer that I am. Like as an amateur, I wanted the best. I didn't have the greatest amateur pedigree, you know, and since I joined here, I've definitely improved, you know. Even on my resume as a professional, I fought guys that back in the day they were national champions, like on GB squad and stuff, and back then I wouldn't think twice that I would even, you know, get a win over them, and I've gone in there in the pros and I've beat them like comfortably, so I give him a lot of credit, man, and he deserves it, man, because he's been, you know, been there from the start, and I ain't the easiest person to work with, trust me.
Elaborate on that. I need to know that. I need to know why.
Trust me, even look, my friend's there, he's looking over, he's thinking, yeah, this guy. I'm not the easiest person to get on with, to work with, and everything.
I can't imagine that, because you seem quite happy-go-lucky.
Nah, when I get in the ring, like sometimes I can come in the morning, I'm just grumpy if I ain't eaten, like, you know. And remember, like, training's grueling, you know, like it's not every day you're coming in, smiling. Sometimes you're like, this again. My coach is a bit of a sadistic, like he would think of the craziest things, but it's all building the mental strength, because boxing is, I would say, even 95% mental.
Okay.
And that's why I learned from the amateurs as well. Mentally, I didn't think I was as strong, but now like I said, I might not be the best technically, but I'm very mentally strong, like, and I'll put everything on the line and I'll go grab whatever I need to grab.
So when you're developing that like strong mentality, what would you say that it takes to do that? Because like I said, not everyone's cut out for this game,
100%.
and sometimes you can go in there and you can be a stronger fighter,
Yeah.
and you can get those knockouts, and you know you've got that presence.
Yeah.
So your opponent might step in the ring and they're fearful of your power.
Of course, yeah.
What happens when the tables change and that person's as confident as you are?
Yeah.
How do you then have that mindset to be able to say, okay, we've got a challenge now?
Do you know what? I think it's either you got it or you ain't, you know. I can't, like, I don't think you can, like, you can teach it. It's either you got it, it's either you want it or you don't. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you said, I can go in there with someone and they can crack me, give me like the biggest bang, and I'm like, I've either got two options. Shit, that I've like, what do I do? It's like fight or flight.
That's the one.
And it's either you're there or you're not. Like, I don't know if you can actually build it or teach it. So I've been like that since I've been young. Like, you know, you hit me, I'm gonna like, alright, come, like, let's go. So yeah, I've got that kind of mental edge, I would say. Some people would say, yeah, that's a bit sick, but you need a bit of
Listen, from anybody saying that you're going into a ring and you're going in there to hurt someone and knock them out.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have that a bit of crazy to you.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? To even imagine someone punch you and you're like, yeah, come on, that's mental. Like, that's actually mad. You gotta have a bit of that. You can't go it's like you can't go swimming and not get wet. You know what I mean? If you're going to box, you're gonna get punched, you're gonna get hurt. Do you know what I mean? And you gotta know that and be willing to take the risk. If you're not, then you're already gonna come second best. You could be the most talented. You could be if you're fighting someone who's got nothing to lose, don't give a tosh. And you're there and you're thinking twice. You've already lost. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's.
And it's about having that strong mindset.
Yeah.
I mean, like yourself, you're one of these light heavyweights. I'll never forget you was on a Dillian White card.
Yeah.
And I remember those the glove mix up or whatever. But I never forget jumping out of my chair at home when I saw you knock that geezer, when I saw you knock your opponent out, and I was like, who is he with that power?
Yeah.
Who is he? And then all of a sudden it's like, well, he's not really fighting again.
Yeah.
And it's like dealing with that frustration.
Exactly. That in itself can sometimes just make people think, oh, this is long. Like, do you know what I mean? You put on a good performance and then you think from there you're gonna elevate.
Yeah, the trajectory is there.
Exactly. But again, you gotta have that mental strength to just keep going, chipping away, stay consistent, stay disciplined, and look. Alright, that was 2019. But 2 years later, I'm here fighting
For the title?
Sky Sports for the British title. Like, so do you know what I mean? And that's what perseverance does, and just staying consistent and focused. So yeah.
It does show the credibility. It gives you credibility as a fighter. Because like I said, some people get frustrated. What's one thing to do? Oh, I'll change trainer. Oh, I'll change management. You ain't giving me what I want. So how do you then say, okay, you know what? I'm going to see this out. I trust my team. I've got to put my trust into that team to know that they'll carry me through. Did you have fleas in your ear saying, you know what? Come over here. I can get you that deal. I can get you that fight.
Listen, boxing's a scumbag sport. I'm telling you, like, there's scumbags like that just behind the scenes. There's a saying like, boxing's the only sport where the mice control the lions. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's what boxing's like, because you get the trainers coming, come this way, promoters, managers, whatever. But like you said, I've got a small circle, and they keep me grounded, keep me focused, and make me not think, let me go this way. And yeah, man, it's paid off. Like I said, I'm here now, so do you know what I mean?
So Hosea Burton, moving on to your opponent. A lot of people say they don't study their opponents. I heard you saying that you leave that to your coach. You talk about obviously the technique and stuff. But tell me about your fight style then, and how you plan to beat him. Fair enough, you haven't looked at him, So, what type of fight style are you going to be going into that ring with? And I mean that, and I'm trying to get at, do you fight with a plan, or do you fight with instinct? What is your style?
Yeah, I would say I fight with instinct. And in terms of like, I don't study my opponent. Again, I'm a fan of the sport as well as a participant, so I watch all boxing anyway, so I've watched him come up and do you know what I mean? So I'm quite familiar with his style, how he boxes, stuff like that. And yeah, you can go in there with a plan and everything just change up. So like you said, I box on instinct. If something's working, I'm gonna keep doing it. If something's not working, I know I've got to switch it up. So that's more my style. If I'm fighting, having a brawl and it's working, then I'm gonna do that. If it's not, I'm gonna try something else. If boxing is the plan, you know what I mean, I'm gonna try it out. If it's not working, because at the end of the day, I'm the one that's in the fight. So, do you know what I mean? And that's what I like about my coach as well. He's not someone that will be like, no, keep doing this and that. He knows I'm the one that's in there. If I'm not throwing something, I'm not doing, there's a reason, do you know what I mean? He can only give me advice, but at the end of the day, I'm the one that's on the front line. So, yeah, I think I'm more of an instinct fighter. And I think the greatest boxers as well, they're the ones that can,
Like adapt.
That's it. Floyd's the best at it. He can adapt
Defensive
genius.
genius.
Exactly. Whatever style you bring to him, he can just adapt to it. And I try to do that. Like, do you know what I mean? I'll try to change it up when I need to. So yeah.
But that's what you need to do. I think a lot of boxers they have a plan and they stick to it, and then this is where the IQ comes in.
Yeah.
Have boxers got that IQ to be able to adapt to that?
Yeah.
Hosea Burton, like you said, he may have a style. You may have watched him before, then he comes in, you switched it up, and then you're going to be like, what?
Exactly, and that's why when I say I don't study opponents, because if I do, I'll think too much, and then I'll go in there, and then it might be totally opposite.
And it will throw you.
Yeah, exactly. So I need to just be ready for anything. You know, you could go in there and switch that up, and then do you know what I mean? So yeah. Man.
Well, we saw that the other day with Chris Eubank doing his opponents. He went in, they thought he was an orthodox, they were training, he came southpaw, and you could see that earlier when he was throwing a few shots and missing, and he had to go back and regroup, and then try to get the control back of the fight.
You've got to be ready for any change, anything can happen, man. So at the end of the day, we're fighters and we're instinct, like humans. So you got to just work with that. I don't think if you stay based on one style, you just become rigid and predictable. Yeah, that's one thing you can't be predictable in a boxing game, because you're just setting yourself up for failure.
Absolutely. So I'm not going to say you're going to walk through your opponent, but what are your plans then for the next 12 months? We'll keep it simple.
God willing, I'm victorious November 20th. If there's any worthy opponents, I would happily defend my title. I'm not shy. I don't shy away from a domestic fight. A lot of people, they'll grab the British title and then just run away and say, yeah, I'm going to world level, I'm going for this. I'm not really here for that. I'm here to entertain, set a legacy, and have good names on my resume, and most important one, entertain the fans.
We have a beautiful pool of light heavyweights in the UK.
Definitely, we should do a Royal Rumble.
Oh my
just
God.
Keep the winner stays on, keep just fighting each other.
It'd be beautiful.
No, definitely.
There's some serious light heavyweight talent, and like you said, sometimes it feels like they'll get to a certain stage and it's like, okay, let's go world. But wouldn't it be more of a legacy, and this is just my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, if you conquered all in your own country, then stepped out?
Definitely. And the thing is, that's how like in the new Ben Watson era, like they all mixed it together, like, do you know what I mean? Had great fights, they all fought each other, and I think that's what we should do. We've got like a good 5 to 10 good light heavies, and each of us against each other will make great fights. So I guess, like I said, the politics, platforms, when it stops ultimately the fans from seeing it, like, and whatnot, and a lot of boxers as well. Boxing is a hard game. They'll rather go for the money as well and stuff like that. So if the money, they can get easy money somewhere, they'll rather go for that. But yeah, some boxers are just different.
But then that asks me about your mindset. What are you in it for?
I'm in it for legacy, like I said. I want to be remembered. Of course, I want to make money. I want to look after my family, look after the people around me. But when I got into boxing, I didn't get into it to say, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna, I got in it because I wanted to create a legacy for myself, be known as one of the best light heavyweights in the country, if not the world. So yeah, money's not a motivation for me right now. And I guess that's what's helped me persevere to this stage now. Because if it was money, I think we would have got a 9 to 5 somewhere. Like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, man.
Yeah, spot on. Listen, I wish you all the best.
Thank you so
I'll be there on November the 20th. So I'm going to drag you train. I'm going to corner him. I'm going to get him. Oh, listen, I can't wait to do that. But listen, all the best. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us.
Thank you.
Do you know what I mean? October Red Boxing on Instagram, yeah?
No, definitely tune in to October Red. Instagram, what is it? October
Red Boxing.
October Red Boxing. Tune in. Yeah, great interviews. We got the exclusives. So yeah, big up yourself, man.
Thank you so much, Dan Azeez.
Cheers, man. Thank you so much.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.